Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bets on Wrapped podcast. I'm your host, Corey Easley, and I'm joined, as always, by Alex Valdez. How you doing, Alex?
I am doing well, man. Unfortunately, I'm not a mega millionaire, so I'm just going to keep on gambling to get there myself one way or the other.
Yeah, it's a little bit disappointing for you. I think we do have a way to bet. Like, I don't know how it works, but here in Australia, we have a way to get into the U.S. lottery somehow. It's like a weird betting kind of / lottery system thing that works. So it's called U.S. Lotto, and then you can get into the mega. Every lotto draw in the States you can basically get into.
Interesting. Have you done it?
No idea how that works.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's like you pay and then they end up buying the tickets somehow online or something. I don't know, but it's very confusing, and I did not jump in, by the way.
Gotcha.
So I'm very sad for you. Sorry you didn't become a billionaire overnight. So we're going to quickly just go through our plays for today in the NBA before we hit these NFL games. What did you put out today on Twitter, on your Twitter handle @_Alex Valdez?
Yeah, some of the plays I got in about an hour ago. Ben Simmons, I got this before the news came out that he may or may not play, but I liked his 7.5 over 7.5 assist total. He's hit that in the last 5 games, very within his reach, especially with Embiid being there. But now there's so much uncertainty. I would probably recant that one. Jeremy Grant, 23.5 points. I know that's a little bit higher than what we're used to seeing because, they finally fixed it. But I think 24 is still well within reach for Jeremy in this game. And then we have James Harden at 8. I got it at 8.5 assists. Corey said he's been seeing it at 9.5. So even at that, a 9.5, I still like it. James Harden's been facilitating the ball very well for the Nets. And Kyrie Irving for the Nets at 23.5 points. I love that as well. In his first 2 games back, after not playing for about a week, he been tearing it up, scoring in bunches. So I think 24 points is well within his reach. And then Zion Williamson going against a Minnesota team with no Cat. Give me the over 24.5 points. That's what I got on my book about an hour ago. So if any of you guys see any of the picks that Corey or I put up and it's a little different, just throw the question in the chat and we can let you know if we would still go with it or not.
Yeah, and like some of those we definitely agree on. I put out early yesterday Levine over 4.5 assists for the Bulls. He's been absolutely distributing the ball, even though the first few games of the season he was not. But I liked him, 4.5 assists. Markkanen coming back definitely helps that situation. I had Williamson at over 24.5. I would go over the 25.5. The only worry there, obviously, is a blowout. The Pelicans blowing out the Timberwolves. That's possible. I have Draymond Green over 6.5 assists. I got Harden at 9.5 assists over. Jordan Clarkson over 17.5 points. Jamal Murray over 3.5 rebounds. And then from there, I just had Steven Adams 10+ rebounds. So I know not everyone has the 10+ or the 8+ market, but that was still paying $1.67 for Adams 10+ rebounds. I think he gets to 10. Whether he gets to 11 or 12, that's a different question, but I do think he gets to 10. Ayton over 18.5 points. The center versus Jokic theory is in full effect once again. I know it's back-to-back. Devin Booker is out of this game. Chris Paul had some godlike amount of assists yesterday. I think he had like 15 assists or something. Ayton had 27, I believe. So that effect is still, I'm still betting that every single time I can. And then Duncan Robinson is my little bit of a wild card play. He's so streaky. I got him over 14.5 points today. He's going to have to make some shots, but he could do that in the first half, or he'll know right away with Duncan Robinson either way. If he comes out and goes 0 for 3 the first 3 shots, you're like, But if he comes out and bangs a couple, then he's going to keep shooting the rest of the game. So I also have one money line play and one against the spread. I had Denver money line. Devin Booker is out. Denver came back to win that game yesterday in overtime. I think they do a better job in this one and take it straight from in regulation. And then Brooklyn -8.5. They've lost 2 in a row to the Cavs. This is all 3 of them are playing today. They're 3-headed monster of Durant, Harden, Kyrie. I think they get back on track here and they give the Heat all they could ask for in this game, being undermanned in this one. So those are my plays for today. And Perry, give me a shout out to my hat, Unwrap Sports at work. Yep, got a little bit of merchandise. So I really appreciate that, Perry. But yeah,
was that made in a kangaroo labor-free zone?
It was. Definitely was. So that being said, I mean, there's a couple interesting matchups, but a lot of the teams today are a little bit undermanned. Like I don't think Oladipo is playing for the Rockets. John Wall's back. Obviously Cat's been out for the Wolves. The Sixers, we still don't know what's going on with them. It's 26 minutes to tip off. That Lakers game's interesting. If I had a lean, I would probably lean to 80 under. He's absolutely been not killing it. The opposite of Alex.
I know. The insider that my wardrobe is hilarious.
Any Sixers updates? I have none at the moment. Double checking right now for you, Caleb.
And Connie hating on the Lakers.
I got nothing. It's just says still considered questionable. Same note that I had earlier. So nothing new on that. On the Anthony Conover doesn't like Alex's hat.
Yeah, well, he's also a Thunder fan, so God bless him.
That's funny. All right, so we'll leave the NBA for now, and we're gonna go to what everyone's been talking about all weekend long. I think everyone's been really, really, really just diving into these 2 NFL games as they should be, and we'll start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers, and Caleb does need the Sixers -6.5. So hopefully they play someone. Hopefully Maxey and Shake Milton can get it done for you. So that being said, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Green Bay Packers. The Packers are -3.5. It's ticked up a little bit, so it ticked up a half a point. There's tons to go into. I've heard a lot about Green Bay strength of schedule all year. Tampa Bay strength of schedule hasn't been great either. So I think it's a little bit of a wash conversation when you talk about that. I think Tampa Bay's win over the Packers was their only win versus. I don't want to get that wrong, but I think it's their only win versus a team over 500 during the regular season or at that point in the season or something like that. So obviously they beat the Saints in the playoffs, but they needed 4 turnovers to win that game. Like I think everyone's been talking about, how Jared Cook was running with the ball, running over the 50-yard line. And he got punched out at that point. Brady's going to have to play a really good NFC Championship game, and I'm just not sure what we're going to get. I really don't. I think that Bucs offense is kind of, a flip of a card, a flip of a coin type deal right now. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, no, this game I definitely wanted to approach it a little bit more on the conservative side. With it being in Lambeau, I think there may be a little bit of a kind of a fight for possession of the ball, kind of having control of the game. So I think that'll be a key point for this game. Like I kind of like the under here. I know that's well reachable for these 2 offenses, but I do think it's going to be one of those slow ground and pound, like methodical games. So I'm leaning the under on this game. But if I had to pick between the 2, I'd go with the Packers with the spread. It's a little bit more than I would have wanted to, but I do think the Packers come out and take care of business it's one of those magical years for Rodgers possibly. And what's up to CJ from YouTube? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, CJ, for sure. Yeah, like Vita Vea is supposed to be back in this game. He's a large human being. I think that could cause some problems. Obviously, there's Bakhtiari's out. The Packers have a makeshift offensive line, but they did a hell of a job against the Rams last week, albeit against Aaron Donald. That was not 100%, probably not even close to 100%. But that being, I still think they did a very good job of keeping Rodgers clean. I think it's going to be hard for Tampa Bay. Like, I think it's also hard for me as a Patriots fan to think about this logically. I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, and he was talking about this a little bit, where you're kind of rooting for Brady at the same time. Like, you're like, if he loses in this round, like, it's still an accomplishment. Or if he loses next round, which I think would hurt a little bit more. But like, all that being aside, I think, the Packers, I think Aaron Rodgers has been playing on another level this whole season. And obviously he's probably going to be MVP, and he definitely deserves it. Like, if he comes out and plays at MVP level, I just don't know if the Bucs can match it at this point in the way they're constructed. Obviously, I think the coaching angle goes to the Green Bay side of things. I think there'll be more, obviously, like with penalties and things like that. Tampa Bay has been all over the place. Special teams has been kind of a nightmare for Tampa Bay as well. So I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to roll with the Packers minus the 3.5. I wish it was 3 still, but we'll take the Packers minus the 3.5. That's paying $1.90. The Packers money line's $1.50. So are you leaning anywhere, or are you taking any sides there? You got the Packers straight up.
I'd probably. I mean, if it was a spread, I would lean with the Packers. But if I'm going for money line and I'm okay with the $1.50, I think the Packers get this victory. But I also do see it being a close contest. So it's tough to go with that spread. But yeah, Packers money line if I had to make a decision.
And CJ said, Bucs have to play balanced, and that's true. But they were running the ball way too much last week, early downs, and everyone wanted to praise Fournette, but his first down effectiveness wasn't nearly the same as Ronald Jones in that game. So if Ronald Jones is healthy, I think that makes a big difference. I think Ronald Jones adds a different dynamic to that offense. Also, I do believe they need to trust Brady to throw the ball in those early down situations, and not rely on him getting third down for completions for first down. So I think that will be an important wrinkle in this game, and see if the Bucs kind of change that up, because they did that late in the season and it was very successful. In the playoffs now, they've kind of reverted back to that run first kind of mentality, especially early and down. So looking at the props here, anytime touchdown scores. We could talk about first touchdown scores. We got, Leonard Fournette, first touchdown, $11. Mike Evans, first touchdown, $11. Godwin, $14. Gronk, $18. Ronald Jones, $19. Cameron Brate, $26. Tyler Johnson, $31. Tom Brady, $36. It's probably all you're looking at, really. Devontae Adams is at $6. Aaron Jones, $8.50. Robert Tonyan, $12. Alan Lazard, $17. Jamal Williams, $17. A.J. Dillon, $19. Marcus Valdez-Scantling, $19. Aaron Rodgers, $21. Green Bay's defense is at $36. Anything that jumps out to you with first touchdown scores?
I'd say Gronk. What is it on your book? Mine, it's 16.
Mine's 18.
Oh, okay. All right. I wish I had your book. Yeah. No, I definitely like Gronkowski, only because I could see it, like, the way I'm thinking of this game kind of being a methodical, slow kind of drive game. I could see Gronk sneaking in a touchdown while Jair locks up either Evans or Godwin. So yeah, I definitely like Gronk anytime touchdown for that matter as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Godwin at first touchdown, 14-1, or I mean, on the Packers side, I think they've lessened Robert Tanyan's down a lot. It's down to 12. AJ Dillon's at 19. It's a little bit interesting. Marcus Valdez-Scantling in 19 would have to be a big play. Yeah,
And
I don't.
that one somehow would hit too. Valdez Scantling always gets those long touchdowns out of nowhere.
Right. So, like, I don't see them throwing the Valdez-Scantling like, say, they're at the 5-yard line. It's going to be
Yeah.
like Onion or Devontae Adams at that point. But if it's like, they're at the 25 or the 30-yard line, and MVS gets loose, then that's a possibility. So, yeah, I don't mind the Gronk pick. I like the Godwin pick, and then on the Packer side, obviously it's Adams, but you're not getting the value there. So, it's $6 for first touchdown score. It's not great. Anytime touchdown score, that's a little bit different. Obviously, anytime means anytime. If they score a touchdown in the game, you win. Leonard Fournette's at $2.40, Evans at $2.50, Godwin at $2.70, Gronk at $3.60, Ronald Jones at $3.60, Devontae Adams at $1.57, Aaron Jones at $1.91, Robert Tonyan at $2.50, Alan Lazard $3.40, Jamal Williams $3.75, AJ Dillon $4, Marcus Valdez-Scantling $4, Aaron Rodgers $4.50, Tom Brady's at $6. So, anything that jumps out to you with any times?
I did say Gronkowski earlier. I want to throw Aaron Rodgers in there. I know I keep on going back to it, but I do think it's going to be one of those like close games. So yeah, I think Rodgers gets in the end zone with his legs this game.
He did it last game, so it's definitely possible that he gets in again. I like Tom Brady anytime, $6, 6-1. If they get close to the goal line, and they they get stuffed on the first down, then he's going in. QB sneak. So player props wise, we have quarterback props. Aaron Rodgers passing yards at 283.5. I'm going over on this one. I like this one. It's paying $1.88 for the over, $1.88 for the under. I like Aaron Rodgers to throw in this game. I think they can take advantage of that. I think the Tampa Bay's run D is very solid. I don't think they're going to be finding many holes in the Tampa run defense. Tom Brady's at 285.5. I would lean to the over. I don't love it. I like the Rodgers over better, so I'm going to stick with that. But completions wise, Tom Brady's at 24.5. Aaron Rodgers is at 24.5 as well. Passing touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers over 2.5 is paying $2.37, which is pretty juicy. Tom Brady over 2.5 touchdowns is paying $2.50. Tom Brady longest pass is 37.5 yards. Aaron Rodgers longest pass is 38.5. The over paying $1.96. Interesting. Tom Brady's long pass is 37.5, and the over is paying $1.77. Total pass attempts, Tom Brady's at 38.5. Aaron Rodgers at 36.5. And Tom Brady to throw an interception, yes, is $1.80. I do like that one. And Aaron Rodgers to throw an interception, yes, is at $2.42. Anything with the quarterback props that jumps out to you?
The quarterback props, none that I was so much more confident in, but I out of the two, I would say Aaron Rodgers was the one I would lean on if you were gonna jump on the over yardage.
Yeah, so we're in agreement there. So we might as well just throw that into the old power parlay right now.
Yes.
We'll throw that one.
Let's pay our mortgages, Corey.
Yeah, we'll try. We're not going to get as many legs today, I don't think. So, with rushing props, we have Aaron Jones at 61.5 yards rushing, Leonard Fournette at 42.5, Aaron Rodgers at 9.5, Ronald Jones at 36.5, Jamal Williams at 19.5, and we got Aaron Jones rushing attempts 14.5, Leonard Fournette at 10.5 rush attempts. Aaron Jones rushing and receiving yards is at 85.5, Leonard Fournette's at 67.5, and that's pretty much it. What do you like? Do we like anything to put in the power parlay from the rushing prop markets?
So it's funny. I like all the running backs, but I'll explain why a little bit. Fournette 67.5. I just feel like Arians is one of those coaches that'll roll with the hot hand, and since Fournette has had some recent success, I think he'll continue to give him some looks in this offense. So I like the rushing and receiving over. I know that this Bucs defense is very formidable against the run, but I still like Aaron Jones to get 61, at least 62 yards, so it's over 61 and a half. I don't like the rushing and receiving only because Aaron Jones' is past game. And for the last couple games, looking at averages, he hasn't been so involved in the passing game, so don't want to rely on just the rushing there. I like Ronald Jones at 36 and a half. I think he's just been such a very pleasant surprise for fantasy owners in general with what he's done with the Bucs this year. I think 36 and a half rushing yards, even if he's limited on touches, will still be well within his reach. And I also like Jamal Williams. So like I said, it all goes hand in hand with my thought of how this game is going to go. So I also like Jamal Williams over 19 and a half rushing yards.
All right. So I agree with you with Jamal Williams. I'm going to add him in. I like Ronald Jones over 36 and a half. So I'm not a Fournette guy. I'm not going to bet Fournette. Fournette is not going into this parlay. So
you're not drafting Fournette in fantasy next year?
No, I will not be. He is LeGarrette Blount 2.0, so I'm out. Ronald Jones, 36 and a half.
Yeah, love it.
In or out? All right.
Let's do it.
And should we throw Aaron Jones in there as well or no?
Let's keep that one off only because it is a little high. And like I said, the Bucs defense is strong. I do like Aaron Jones, but I don't know if I feel comfortable throwing it into the power parlay.
Fair enough. And so we'll move to the receiving prop markets. We got Devontae Adams receiving yards at 89.5. Alan Lazard at 46.5. Mike Evans, 64.5. Chris Godwin, 68.5. Rob Gronkowski, 28.5. MVS, 31.5. Aaron Jones, 23.5. Robert Tonyan, 32.5. Leonard Fournette, 23.5. Jamal Williams, 6.5. St. Brown, 10.5. Cameron Brate, 28.5. Then we have the reception market, which we cannot power parlay, but I will say it regardless. So if there's a play that you like, let us know. Aaron Jones, over 3.5 catches. Devontae Adams, 7.5 catches, the over paying $1.64. Alan Lazard, 3.5 catches, the over paying $1.64. MVS, 2.5 catches, is paying $1.98 for the over. I like that one. Robert Tonyan Jr., over 3.5 catches, that's paying $2.16. Mike Evans, 4.5 catches, over is paying $1.74. Godwin, 5.5 catches, the over is paying $1.88. Rob Gronkowski, over 2.5 catches, is paying $1.70. Leonard Fournette, over 3.5 catches, paying $2.05. Cameron Brate, over 2.5 catches, is paying $1.72. Anything there that jumps out to you?
So receptions can't be on it?
Receptions can't be on it.
All right. Well, just for anyone listening, go grab Devontae Adams over 7.5 receptions. He's only not hit that once in his last 5 games. I think he's going to be looked at early and often. He's proved to be a matchup problem, even against the likes of the Rams secondary and Jalen Ramsey. So I like the receptions for sure on that one. And then Gronkowski yards, I got it at 28.5. I don't know if it's gone up. Since I tweeted out my picks with the news of Antonio Brown being out.
It's still 28.5.
I really like that, especially with AB being out for sure.
All right, it's in. I like MVS over because he'll just catch one ball and it'll be 30 yards and you win.
Because his last name's kind of close to mine and I bring you happiness.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man! So it's to catch 3 receptions, right?
No, MVS to have more than 31.5 yards.
I mean, he's hit that in both playoff games.
Yeah.
Or excuse me. Well, he didn't actually. What was he out for the? Oh, never mind. Duh. No. Yeah, he's great. He's great. No, I like that total for him as well.
Yeah. So with that, like Evans or Godwin, who goes in?
I would lean Godwin only because now obviously it was earlier in the season, but in that onslaught that was the Bucks versus the Packers, Mike Evans had one catch in the last matchup.
Yeah,
So
obviously the corner there. I don't think he'll be traveling in the slot much, guarding Godwin. So let's go Godwin
yeah.
over 16.5. Are there any touchdown scores we want to add to this?
All right. I don't. Were you liking the Gronk anytime, or is that more of like just me? It's okay if
I
it's
like
just me.
I like it.
I just think it'd be such trademark.
I like Godwin anytime more, but
You know what? I'd be happy with either of them, honestly. Um, if you want, because I kind of got some executive decisions on the earlier ones, you can make your executive decision and pick Godwin. I'd be happy with both. I like both those plays.
well, I mean, if we put both in,
You want to just put both in? Just make it as big as we can?
might as well. It is the
Okay,
power
let's do
parlay.
it.
All right,
And then
so that's 8 legs already from that game, and we're at 131 to 1 odds. So there you go.
And then shout out to Michael Lawson from tuning in from Facebook. What's up, man? And he's throwing a little fair jab at me. As Corey, like you caught me when I texted you. I was in the middle of like a crazy 18-hour shift because some of our staff was down. So yeah, he said, yeah, you can do this show. Yeah, Michael, I'm so sorry I missed it. I will be on Backstop Banter this upcoming Thursday as long as they will have me to talk about the Padres. But yeah, that was really bad. I'm sorry.
Wait, you're gonna go on there and talk about the Padres?
Well, because we have so many people talking about the Dodgers, it only makes sense that like somebody step up and like talk
Oh
about
man.
another team. And because I am obsessed with Fernando Tatis's PSA 10 cards, I invested quite a bit of research on them, anyways.
All right, just quick update on this Philadelphia Detroit Pistons game before we get into the AFC Championship. Embiid is out. Tobias Harris, Simmons are in. So right now, Simmons points is at 13.5, and Tobias Harris at 17.5. Kind of like that. Steph Curry's at 13.5. This is kind of
Wait, really?
Oh, Embiid is playing. Embiid is playing.
Wait, let me look. Hold on.
Oh man, I might have to go under on Embiid and then go over on Seth Curry just for fun.
Oh, the game hasn't officially started. Let's see.
I know it's 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes still.
Okay, look, yeah, Embiid, Harris, and Simmons are no longer on the injury report. So, but Blake Griffin is out. So shout out to Matt Kitagawa, fellow contributor. He's been on the wrong side of Blake Griffin's totals for a while. It's hard to judge. I've been victimized by Blake Griffin.
Shout out to Caleb, who just got bonus 2 points in this game because it's now 8.5. So he had 6.5, and now Philadelphia minus 8.5 for Caleb and everyone that took the Sixers earlier before this news came down. So Jeremy Grant's still at 23.5 points. Yeah, this is
a little tougher there.
I might just put a little same gamer together here.
Oh, feel free. I'm also in the middle of a draft, and I might be doing a little deal action right now.
I'm going Steph Curry over 13.5. This is a special bets.
I like that one. I really like Seth Curry points. He's been shooting the ball well. Somebody made a joke that Seth Curry went to Philadelphia and could still shoot because players go to Philadelphia and forget how to shoot.
All right, I'm adding in. I can't do it on this app right now. Crap, I gotta do it from my because the power parlay's in there.
Oh man.
How funny is that? All right, same gamer on this terrible game. I'm going
Sixers minus alternate points.
Sixers minus 8.5. I can. Do you want them?
I'd say we have a little fun with that now. Just a little bit.
All right. Embiid alternate under 25.5.
Let me see.
Seth Curry over 13.5. Jeremy
Embiid's
Grant
also.
over
Embiid's
21 and a half.
also. My bad.
Sorry. Ben Simmons alternate under. No. Yes. No, I'm not gonna mess with Ben Simmons right now. Danny Green? Are we going Danny Green?
Hasn't he been? I keep on. I believe I saw he was like actually playing well after being. Danny Green plays so much better when fans are like being really mean to him. Let me see.
Danny Green over 7.5.
I mean, in the last 5 games, he's hit that 4 times. And he missed it by a 3, which he went 1 for 6 on 3. So rough shooting night from 3.
Ben Simmons 7.5 assists. So all that together is 28-1. So I got Sixers minus 8.5, Embiid under 25.5, Seth Curry over 13.5, Jeremy Grant over 21.5, Danny Green over 7.5, Simmons over 7.5 assists. $5. 140.
To make how much?
140.
Some light.
There you go.
It's like,
light work.
It's like 3 pounds of kangaroo meat.
Yep. All right. So that's done and dusted. We will look at the AFC Championship game where, another AFC East appearance, what can we say? No, I'm kidding.
Are they your favorite in the AFC?
I'm not kidding, but at the same time, this Chiefs line is at 3. I thought it might tick up to 3.5, but it has not yet. With the news that Mahomes obviously is going to play, I'm not so sure he had a concussion. I know a lot of people said that he did. I know that he stumbled, but I heard a differing point on that. I heard that he got kind of choked out, someone.
It was a nerve in his neck, is what I heard.
Yeah,
it was a nerve in his neck.
Yeah. So I don't know if he had a concussion, but he was out. I
kept on seeing the replay and his facial expressions kind of matched what you would think somebody would feel dazed, but I guess that was just a repercussion of that nerve being hit. I mean, his head was bobbled when Mac Wilson kind of hit him, so it wasn't as much of there was no impact on the ground or what we've seen before with quarterbacks when they Carson Wentz in last year's playoffs when his helmet banged the turf, that obvious concussion. This one, they dodged a bullet, thankfully.
Yeah. So I don't think that was the case, but we don't know. We're speculating. At the same time, his turf toe is the issue. He bounced a couple balls in there in the game the other day before he came out. Apparently, it's feeling a lot better. Chiefs minus 3 here seems like the smart play. The Chiefs money line is $1.57. The Bills have yet to play that amazing game. We haven't seen it yet. That Colts game was probably their best game. That was Josh Allen's best game by far. And then the defense really stepped up last week, took control of everything and won that game for them. So I don't know. Does Josh Allen have that next step to get him up into the upper echelon? If he does, this is the game he needs to do it and show it to get into that talk of top 5, top 6 quarterbacks in the league. This is the game he has to come out and just dominate. So if that's going to be the case, then all bets are off. But I like the Chiefs minus 3 in this one.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Maybe against another opponent, I would lean with the Bills because they're kind of the hot team. But this Chiefs team, they coming off a Super Bowl. Mahomes is generational talent, if you believe in those type of terms. That defense makes plays when they need to. I mean, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, I just think it's too much. If Josh Allen does have an impressive performance and he, shocks the Chiefs, I think that's when, we're going to start to hear a lot more love for Josh Allen. Maybe him moving up to Corey's draft boards to number 2 overall, like I just saw in a startup. But yeah, I think the move here for sure is to go with the Chiefs with the spread. Even though the Chiefs haven't been against the best with the spread, this is they've always had like the 7, 8, 9, 10 spreads, which are tough.
Yeah, 11 and a half, 10, 8 and a half. Yeah, they have not done well with the spread, especially above 3 points. So I would like to. I'm sure there's a stat out there that would tell me what their line was against the spread when they were 3 point or less. I'm sure it's a lot different than it is, obviously 3 points or more. So, or above 3 points. So, that being said, with this Bills team, I think, it's all house money for them at this point, getting this far and doing what they've done. But this Chiefs team has won 23 of 25 games. And if it wasn't for, them taking off week 17, it would be, 24 of 25. So that's really impressive. And for a team to go this long with only losing that amount of games, like this team is special. Mahomes is special. And I'm going to end up, taking Mahomes because I don't want to be sitting there on Sunday looking like, why did I bet against Mahomes again? As he's chucking the ball around. So that being said, first touchdown scores. Stephon Diggs is at $9.50. Josh Allen, $11. Devin Singletary, $13. Cole Beasley at $19. John Brown at $19. Dawson Knox, my guy, come through for me a couple times. 23-1. Gabriel Davis, 23-1. Kenny Stills was activated for this game. He's at 41-1. Excuse me. Isaiah McKenzie at 41-1. And then on the Chiefs side of the ball, we got Travis Kelce, 8-1. Tyreek Hill, 8-1. CH at $10. Darrell Williams, $10. McCole Hardman, 15. Sammy Watkins, 15. I'm not sure if he's even playing. Patrick Mahomes, 21. Demarcus Robinson, 23. Le'Veon Bell, 23. Pringle, 26. Chad Henne, what? Why is that even an option?
Oh, locking that in.
Don't hear money on Chad Henne.
Power parlay? Oh, that's terrible.
And Christian's guy, Darwin Thompson, 91-1. There you go. Any first touchdowns?
You just mentioned Darwin Thompson on our podcast. I'm just kidding.
I hope Christian puts all his money on that one.
I'm gonna text him about it.
First touchdown score, thoughts?
One that I kind of like, but that's my biasest, heightened is McCole Hardman, just because they get him involved in space. Don't do that. Come on, Corey. They get him involved in space. Maybe he'll break one out. Corey, I'm not telling you to put the bank on it. I'm just saying, hey, we just throw a couple bones on McCole Hardman.
All right. I'll think about it.
Yeah, that means no. Oh, we got a special guest in the chat.
Oh, special guest.
It's Matt Nagy. How are you, Matt Nagy? It says go Matt Bucks. Nagy's all right.
Go Bucks. Thanks, Coach. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hopefully your Bears are here next year.
If you want to let me know who you're leaning on in quarterback for fantasy, just let me know. Just slide in my DMs.
He's gonna try to get Stafford from the Lions now. Sure.
Oh geez, that's true. Stafford is free.
Kind of. Yeah, he is free technically, but yeah. So looking here at first touchdown scores, yeah, there's nothing I really love. Josh Allen first touchdown 11-1 is interesting. Patrick Mahomes probably not. He's not going to be running. Le'Veon Bell 23-1.
No. I've honestly I'm fading.
Give up on Le'Veon Bell.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm going to try to trade from in Dynasty 100%, but I just in this offense, they are not giving him any. I know I'm not. I'm just trying to defend my guy because I was echoing Le'Veon Bell all offseason, and then as soon as he left the Jets and went to the Chiefs and he wasn't doing anything, I was getting text messages like, "You told me he was going to be good." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I was wrong." But yeah, fade Le'Veon Bell in anything in the Chiefs. They just don't give him the ball. How Darrell Williams gets the ball more than him in these last couple games, that the picture couldn't be clearer.
That's everything that you need to know. Yeah. For sure. All right. Anytime touchdown market. Obviously, we got Diggs at $1.90, Josh Allen 225, Devin Singletary 260, Cole Beasley 340, John Brown 340, Dawson Knox 450, Gabriel Davis 450, TJ Yeldon $5, Buffalo defense $7, Isaiah McKenzie 750, Kenny Stills $750, Lee Smith $10. On the Chiefs side, we got Travis Kelce at $1.80, Tyreek Hill at $1.83, CH 225, Darrell Williams 225, McCole Hardman 325, Sammy Watkins 325, Patrick Mahomes 375, Demarcus Robinson 420, Le'Veon Bell 420, Byron Pringle 550, Kansas City defense 550, Darwin Thompson $14. All right, we got to put a couple of these in. So what we got? Josh Allen?
No. I mean, one play I like. Thank you, Matt Nagy, for announcing your role in the organization of the Chicago Bears. What about John Brown anytime? He got a lot of looks this last game. No. Okay, no, that's fair. All right, that's fair. No, I'm not going to fight you on that one.
He's just going to score. Like, sorry. I just feel like he's not going to get the target. Like, it'll have to be a deep ball, and I don't see that happening. Usually with anytime touchdown scores, I'm looking at like red zone guys. So who are the red zone guys that teams are targeting? Like Kelce, I think is a lock.
Yeah, Kelce for sure.
So we're gonna throw Kelce in, and then on the Bills side, I like Josh Allen just because I think if they get within goal, like they're not gonna give the ball to Devin Singletary at first and goal at 2.
Oh, Devin Singletary. How he gets slandered on this podcast sometimes with his props. Yeah, no, I don't think Singletary's getting the ball. You know what? Throw Josh Allen on there. I mean, he has the most touchdowns in the last 2 years for a quarterback, so the numbers are on our side with that.
Yeah, for sure. So we like Josh Allen and Travis Kelce as anytime touchdown scores in this game. And we're gonna move to the quarterback props. We got Patrick Mahomes, 305.5 yards passing. The over is paying $1.88. The under paying $1.88. Josh Allen passing yards is at 302.5. Josh Allen completions at 26.5. Mahomes 26.5. Josh Allen passing TDs over 2.5 is paying $2.47. Mahomes over 2.5 is paying $1.87. Josh Allen's longest pass is at 39.5. Mahomes is at 39.5. And then Josh Allen passing and rushing is at 344.5 yards. The over paying $1.87. Mahomes is at 330.5. That's the over paying $1.87. Josh Allen passing attempts 38.5. Mahomes 36.5. And Josh Allen to throw interception. Yes is paying $1.73. Oh, there's a little Tre'Davious White interception prop in here. Yes to catch an interception is at $6. I don't know why that's in the passing, but it is. So there you go. Anything that jumps out to you there?
It's funny you mentioned a defender getting an interception because I have one on the plays that I tweeted out. It was a Matthew interception plus 310. He doesn't typically he's not typically the ball hawk type player in the secondary, but he's one of those players that makes those key plays like the way he did when he got that interception the other day. So yeah, I would put a couple dollars on Tyrann Mathieu sneaking one off Josh Allen.
All right, well that's great, but
yeah, we're not putting that in the power parlay, just FYI.
Quarterback props wise, do you like the Mahomes or Josh Allen totals at over 300?
If I would go with one, I'd go with Mahomes, but I don't. I know it wasn't a concussion.
Do you think this game's a shootout?
I don't know if I do.
The total's at 54.5, then the over is paying $1.85, the under is paying $1.96. I think it's the first team to 35 wins. If that's the case.
So you think it's an over for sure?
Yeah, I think it's probably 35-28 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not the most hot on them, but
Mahomes over 305.
What's his rushing at right now?
No, we're not doing Mahomes rushing.
No, I was gonna say under.
Oh, he's at 16.5.
Do we think he
Do we go under Mahomes rushing and over Josh Allen rushing?
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's probably going to see it's at 37.5 here. Let me just look at Josh Allen's recent stat lines.
I think he goes over that. He's the short yardage back now. Like Zach Moss is out.
All right, in his last 4 games, he's had 35, 3, 54, and 3.
The last time they played the Chiefs, though, he was running all over the place because he couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, he had 42 yards on 8 carries. I'm comfortable with it. Yeah.
You comfortable with the under on Mahomes rushing?
Oh, jeez. Well, does Mahomes care about his well-being?
I think in this game he does.
All right, yeah, go with the under. You know what? It's one of the few last ones that we're gonna get to have at least 2 games for. So let's take advantage.
All right. What about Devin Singletary? He's at 41.5 yards rushing. Is that a stay away?
I actually had under his both rushing and receiving totals, which I got at under 62.5. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's at 62.5 still. We can't put it in, but
what?
Yep. Sorry, can't do the combos on top of the combos.
Your book doesn't want us to win, man. I would go under rushing. I would go under for rushing.
All right, we're throwing that in as well. All right, we're at 13 legs with the receivers to come. Oh no, we're at 4,000-1 odds right now. So, Tyreek Hill 79.5 over. Boom, it's in. We're at 6,000 now. Travis Kelce 96.5 yards receiving. John Brown's at 50.5. Stephon Diggs 95.5. Devin Singletary 18.5. Dawson Knox 23.5. Cole Beasley 48.5. And then receptions wise, if you want to give out some plays, Tyreek Hill's at 5.5 catches. I like the over there. It's $1.65. Travis Kelce at 7.5 catches. The over is paying $1.73. Devin Singletary 2.5 catches. The over is paying $1.52. Stephon Diggs is at 7.5 catches. The over is paying $1.90. John Brown 4.5 catches. The over is paying $2.19. Dawson Knox 2.5 receptions. Over is paying $2.07. Cole Beasley at 4.5 catches. The over is paying $2.12. All right. Anything from the yards markets that we can put in here, or reception markets that you like?
Well, I definitely like Tyreek Hill's yardage at. I got at 79.5. Is it still 79.5 for you? Sorry, I'm in the middle.
Still 79.5.
I like that one as well. I like John Brown at over 50.5, but I know you have your reservations on him. And I like Travis Kelce over 7.5 receptions. I think in his last couple of games, he's definitely hit the over on that all but once. And I think Mahomes will continue to lean on Kelce in this game for sure. So I like that as well.
All right. We'll put John Brown in, but I'm not happy about it.
Oh God! If this ends up being on me, I'm gonna be so mad at myself.
We're at 12,183 to 1 odds right now. So $5 wins us 60K.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
It's a night out in LA.
Do we want to put Kansas City money line in here?
You know what? Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you some pictures for some advice whenever you have the second.
So the 8-leg parlay that we put together for the Bucks Packers is paying 131 by itself, and then the 8-leg with the Bills and Chiefs is paying 151 to 1 odds by itself. Together, it combines to 19,781 to 1 odds. So. $5 wins us $98,905 on the Power Parlay. 16 legs. We do have, I'll go through them one more time. Aaron Rodgers over 283.5. Jamal Williams over 19.5 yards rushing. Ronald Jones over 36.5 yards rushing. Rob Gronkowski over 28.5 yards. MVS over 31.5. Chris Godwin over 68.5. Gronk anytime touchdown. Godwin anytime touchdown. Kelsey anytime touchdown. Josh Allen anytime touchdown. Mahomes under 16.5 yards rushing. Josh Allen over 37.5 yards rushing. Devin Singletary under 41.5 yards rushing. Tyreek Hill over 79.5 yards receiving. John Brown over 50.5 yards receiving. And Kansas City Chiefs money line. You cool
Love
with
it.
that?
Love it. Let's go. Yes, lock it in.
Locked in now. And it's done. We're in. So 98K coming our way.
Oh, that'd be
I like the
beautiful.
way that rhymes.
Oh,
And it's got to happen. It's got to happen. This is the
better
week.
than any stimulus I get in America. Oh, man.
I think that will do it for us. Make sure you check out our sponsors, mybookie.ag today. Use promo code US100 and use the Prop Builder app. And you get a 100% sign-up bonus when you use that code and $15 cash. Use the Prop Builder app. Do your own Power Parlay. Take some of ours. Do all of ours. It's up to you. And make that bet today. Also, check out rxhemp.com for all your aches and pains. Alex, I know you use both the cool and the heat. So both of those CBD creams, check them out. Use rxhemp-USN to get 10% off your entire order. Once again, I appreciate you, Alex, for coming on. Anything to plug?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me. It's always a good time on the weekend. But definitely check out my picks _Alex Valadez. As I tweeted earlier in the week, work was kicking my butt. So definitely make sure you also follow CMoney52 and M_Kitty3, as those are two of the trusted people. Don't tell Kitty, but I lean on Corey a little bit more. But definitely check out our picks. I finally got some picks out today. Hopefully it's a strong day for me on my first day back. And I almost feel refreshed. It almost feels like I took an unrequested vacation off of it. But yeah, let's go back to making some money. Check that out and check me, Christian, and Corey via chat on the Hard Count on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific. That's it, man.
All right. Thanks to everyone that watched, dropped in, said hi. Make sure you follow us on all the social platforms. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Check us out. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.